We'll now go over how to create units, set pacing, and add content to your maps. When you create a new curriculum map, you will first be brought to the map completion page, which is an overview of your entire curriculum map and the progress made within each unit. When you start off, this will look rather empty at first, so we'll come back to this later. For now, we're going to look at the navigation menu at the side and click on our first unit. This is what it looks like when you're editing the draft of your curriculum map. When you start, it's going to be blank, but you're going to see the template that has been created and chosen for you by your school. Your template is going to look the same for all of your units, and likely all of the maps within your school. This is what mine looks like, because this is what my school has decided on, and you can see that there are different areas that you can edit. You can create different units within your curriculum maps. It starts with 1, and by default, it's just going to say New Unit up here. What we are going to do is edit the map to have the proper title and proper duration. So over here, I'm going to select the Edit Unit button up by the unit information. Here you can number your units. Since I only have 1 right now, I'm going to keep it at number 1, and I'm going to set the title of the unit. One great feature of curriculum mapping is that you can set the suggested duration for the units. This is going to help teachers pace their units and plan their lessons accordingly. Basically, you are signaling to teachers how long it usually takes to cover this content, and how many lessons should be planned for this unit. So this can be anywhere from 1 lesson to the entire semester if you only have 1 unit. I'll set it as something rather large just to show you that I can, and again you can select unit tags to help keep track of the material within the unit. I'm going to keep these blank for now and select Save, and now you can see over here the title has been updated, as well as the suggested duration that I set. If I wanted to create another unit, I would go over to the left-hand side where I can see my list of units, and I'll select the New Unit button here. This brings up a similar window that we just looked at when we were editing the already existing unit, but this is going to allow me to create a new one. What I can do is select number 2, and I want to name it, and set another suggested duration. Again, I'm going to select Create to add this unit, and you can now see that I have multiple units in this curriculum map. Now within this template, I can actually do some editing, and I can put in content that is going to be valuable to the teachers using this curriculum. First, I'll show you a curriculum map that is a little more robust and has some content in it just so you can see what it will look like. This here is a more completed map. It's not perfect, it's just a working draft. So what it looks like now is that I have some extra units over here, and I actually have content within my template. I do just want to reiterate that a template is different from institution to institution and is something that your administrators have worked with Chalk to create what they believe is the most valuable to your school. I do just want to go over what a curriculum map may look like and some of the things that are valuable to include for when you create content within your map. The first thing I'd like to showcase is the Standards or Expectations field. Here you can add the curriculum standards that your school believes should be covered within a certain unit, as well as track the standards that have been added to specific sections of this unit. So what you can do is click on the Add Standards button here, and the standard sets that have been assigned to your curriculum map will appear. Now you can choose one of the standard sets and add any appropriate standards to the list of suggested standards for this unit. You can add or remove as many as you'd like if you believe these are things that should be covered within the unit that you are working on. When you're done selecting what you want, you can click Save, and you can see those standards that we chose are on the standards window now. This will let anyone viewing this curriculum map know that these are standards that are really important for Unit 1 and that are intended to be taught during this time period. Now you'll notice that the other text fields in this map also have an Add Standards button, which can be used to suggest standards for more specific elements of this unit. For example, if I wanted to suggest standards to use for this unit's assessments, I can add it specifically to the assessments section of my unit. When I bring up the standards selection, you'll see there's a new menu for standards that have already been added to this curriculum map, so I can quickly recall and add standards that apply to this section specifically if I wanted to show the best places for these standards to apply. If you add new standards that have not yet been included elsewhere in the curriculum map and click Save, then when you scroll back up to the standards field for this unit, you'll see that those standards have now been added to the overall list of standards for this unit. So what this means is that you can either add all standards for the unit using just the main standards field, or you can add standards to specific sections of your unit and have it automatically added to the total list. It's up to you to decide the best approach for tracking standards within your curriculum map. The remaining fields can be edited just like a regular text editor, such as Microsoft Word or Google Docs or something similar. You can click on the plus button to add a text field, and you can actually add multiple text boxes within each section of the curriculum map. Once editing, up here you can see all the options for paragraph format, bolding and other text options, as well as the option to add images, videos, and links that you believe would be valuable content for the teachers using this map. You have a lot of editing options, and depending on the template created for your school, these text fields may come pre-populated with text or other formatting, such as in this example here. Another useful feature is that you can upload files, so if you have any files on your computer or on your Google Drive, you can add them directly to the curriculum map so that others using the map can download them or add them to their lesson plans. Since you can have multiple text boxes for every section, you'll notice that you can add standards or upload files for each specific text box. This can be useful for keeping your content organized. For example, if I have a field for assessment evidence, I can associate the files and standards with each individual assessment within this section. So even though these would all be assessment evidence within my template, they are separated and have their own assigned standards and own assigned files if need be. Now let's give a brief example of adding content. I have a YouTube video open that I want to include in my curriculum map, and I can just copy the URL address of the video and can click Insert Video in the text editor. This allows me to either upload my own video file, insert embedded code, or in this case, I will just use the URL and paste it in here, and then click Insert. As you can see, I have been able to paste this video directly in, so anyone using this curriculum map in the future can take this content and use it within their lesson plans. Now, if I don't want to put the video directly into this content, but want it available for teachers, I can scroll down to this Resources section that has been included in my curriculum template. I can use this section for compiling materials that could be useful for teaching this particular unit, so I can attach files from my computer, upload Google Drive files, or I can add links directly to the text field. So if I wanted to, I can add the same URL as a link by clicking on the Insert Link button, paste the URL here, and just say that this is my math telling time video. So now it's here within my resources, and anyone with this curriculum map can grab this link or add it within their Planboard if that's an option that your school subscribes to. These are just some of the features within the text editor, but be sure to explore your available options when planning your curriculum.